Hey, how are you guys doing? It's Ian, Carly, and Anya. How are you guys?
Fantastic.
So, so far, so good.
So
It's not
far, so
pouring rain in
good.
October. It's a sunny day, so we'll take it.
I know it is nice and sunny, and we were just talking about Halloween and how some people can't wait till the kids get to the end of the driveway to throw out the pumpkin, and boom, Santa goes up, right? But that's everybody doesn't feel that way, Carly.
No,
Carly.
no. Yeah, we just I like the Christmas tree up. The earliest is December 1st, and that's not my preference, but I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the clutter for me. I love the feeling of Christmas, but I don't like all the stuff.
Now,
Oh,
Anya,
yeah,
your experience is different again, Anya. What's your experience now? Christmas.
well, growing up in Germany, we've started putting our tree. We went tree hunting on the 23rd of December because we went for a live tree. Put it up on the
Ah,
24th, decoration and everything, and then we took it down like on the 2nd of January kind of thing.
okay.
So it wasn't up very long, yeah. But I changed it living here now. I put it up December 1st and then I'm gonna take it down like in the new year at some point.
Well,
So
because
just to enjoy it.
with a live tree, they don't last as long, right, Anya?
No. You
Yeah,
don't
so
you
Yeah.
don't put
that's
a live
why.
tree up December 1st, no.
No, 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 no.
No.
It's a plastic now.
And do you have one tree or two or three or I think we have three.
One.
You have
One
one?
is enough.
We have one, and it's actually like, so when we first moved into our house, we have like these big, huge cathedral ceilings, and we had an 8-foot Christmas tree, and it looks like puny. And then my husband found one on sale, and it's like 14 feet tall. And so, I mean, it seems sad to only put that thing up for 2 weeks, but
Sad.
it
14
takes up
feet.
the
That's a
whole
big
house.
tree. That's a big
Enormous,
tree.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, moving on. Now we're talking about the October sales report. Let's see if Santa came down the chimney here. What went on? Look at this. Average price 846. Last year 865. So, I mean, not a huge difference, Carly, right?
Yeah, not a big difference, right?
Homes
So,
sold 88, 89, 336 this year, 326 last year. About the same, really, not much different. Almost 4 months of inventory.
the
Um,
same amount of inventory, and right now it just feels
Mhm.
like not enough.
it does, doesn't it? Like, well, I
Yeah.
was just looking today for a bar and you're scouring through and you're seeing the same house again that was on last month. That's maybe still there, been relisted. And one of the things about, when you look at these numbers, I'm always looking for ways we can interpret them. But another way to think about it is if 336 homes are for sale and 89 sold. So percentage-wise, it's about 80% that didn't sell, right? 73%, sorry, 73% didn't sell.
You can be a
So
mathematician. That's a lot.
yeah, like if you got your house on the market, 25% chance it's going to sell. Round numbers.
Not much.
And so, you're thinking, why isn't my home selling? We can talk about that more, but it's just an interesting way to think about every home that comes on the market doesn't sell. Condominiums. Anya, what did you see here on condominiums?
Well, I see that the price went down compared to last year,
Hmm.
10%, quite a
Hmm.
bit. Yeah, there is less on the market than last year as well. Condo sold. Less condo sold than
Yeah,
last year. Active listings also
122.
went down quite a bit. Yeah. And the
Yeah,
inventory is the same.
seven
Same than
months of
last year.
inventory. Now, same
Yeah.
thing when you do that calculation I did before, condominiums, it's 85% didn't sell. Right? Only
Mm.
15% of the condominiums for sale sold. And I had a client call on the weekend, just, hey, thinking about, is this a good time? We reviewed the numbers and like, maybe it's not a good time. Maybe it is, regardless of math, right? It's just math. If you need to sell, you need to sell. But those are the kind of discussions you want to have before you kind of wander into the market without knowing that. And you're thinking, well, geez, why isn't it selling like it did 3 years ago in the first 30 days or 15 days or something? And one of the buildings we were looking at, there's condominiums has been for sale there since February of
Mhm.
this year that aren't sold yet, right? So that's
Right.
something to think about. And townhomes, 565, 17 sold, 81 listings, 4.5 months of inventory. And that is 79% of the townhomes didn't sell.
Wow.
Now, a part of that's this time of year, right? It is November now. We're racing towards Christmas. Certainly, if you're a buyer, you would be thinking only really motivated people are on the market right now, especially as we start getting into Christmas and your tree is up and the decorations are up and you've got buyers parading through your house. You have to be pretty motivated to want that, right? So
Definitely.
I think so. Well,
Mhm.
Anya, what's your big takeaway for the month of October? You were busy
I
selling
was busy,
condominiums, and
yeah.
that's great.
I helped three beautiful buyers with
Yay.
getting an accepted offer, which is was fantastic. But now the real work behind the scenes starts, where we have to look at the subject removals,
Yeah.
financing and insurance and inspections, and get all those ducks in a row. And yeah, and that's where the realtor comes in and to walk you through all
Yeah.
the necessary steps and to get you home, basically. Yeah.
Well, and I think the thing with condominiums, over and above everything you mentioned, it's also all the condominium documents.
Mhm.
We had a
Oh,
lawyer
yeah.
on at our sales meeting this morning talking about that it's so important to know exactly what's going on in the building. Like the unit's one thing. It's great that it's got granite countertops and they've painted and nice floors and stuff, but if the roof's old, the decks are old, all that's going to have to be replaced, and who's paying for that? That's the big question mark. So, Anya, you're deep into that, reading strata minutes, and
Mhm.
because for a lot of buyers, they don't know. They don't
Yeah.
know anything about stratas, how it works, what's a depreciation report. Quickly we know that's something that looks 30 years into the future and says, hey, these are common area expenses. The elevator's done. And unfortunately, in stratas, everything gets old at the same time, right? The building's 44 years old. All the windows are 44 years
Mhm.
old. Everything is at the same time. So it gets to be expensive. So
Mhm.
good for you for being on top of that. What about you, Carly?
Yeah, stratas are a big topic right now. I liked that presentation this morning too, where they were talking about, half of the buyers don't read the strata documents, and then what is actually in there, right? I have two cats and I didn't read the strata minutes, and how come my realtor never told me? So I thought those were good points this morning, right? It's a shared responsibility to point out what's in those documents, but also for buyers to, take ownership about what is in there and
Hmm.
does that actually work for them, right? So,
Well, one other thing before we go, the other thing that she mentioned was that she was willing to review strata documents for a buyer, but she needs notice. And so if you're thinking of buying an strata project, it's going to have minutes and things. Perhaps it's an idea to talk to your lawyer beforehand. Hey, I'm going to be making an offer. I'm going to need your help interpreting. I mean, the three of us, we're looking at documents all the time, but you know, the more eyes on strata documents, the better, because if they're easy to miss small details, the devil's in the details of these reports. Hey, look at this here. There was a special assessment. What happened there? They voted it down. What does that mean if they voted it down? I mean, we were talking about that. One of the buildings voted down a special assessment, which is their right to do that, but it still needs to be repaired. So it kind
Mhm.
of,
Still coming up.
yeah, it leaves you just with a question mark in the back of your mind. Okay, now what's going to happen?
yeah, what's their long-term plan or how does that protect buyers' investment going forward?
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, there's just more to think about. And the more we dive into that, and I think living on Vancouver Island here in a city surrounded by farmland, we're going to have more and more strata projects,
Hmm.
more and more. Either it's bare land, and we don't need to get into that in this report, but that's a whole nother topic, the different types of stratas. And so you want to be aware of that. Okay, let's wrap it up. Anya, how do we get a hold of you? What's your number?
250 802 0135. Sorry.
Didn't mean to put you on the
Oops.
point. It's your cell number. What about you, Carly? How do we
Oh,
get a hold of
again.
Carly?
Oh, 250-618-6245.
There we go. You guys have a great month, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Thanks.